Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm out here once again, Brody, and this time incorporating a food exercise into some training here. So here, it's always important, again, one, make sure your dog is eating in terms of perceiving food the right way, by way of relationship. And so this is all about everything being defined in and through the relationship with the owner. And so here, this is where the issue about being connected by way, again, doing this exercise through the leash, incorporating aspects of control and influence to make sure everything's filtering through the right way, everything's aligned the right way. It's like everything coming through you. So here, to establish this, again, you see I'm on the leash here. So what we'll incorporate into this is the one-step method. So again, moving towards the food. Again, Brody knows the food is there, the water is there, and so we want to just do this exercise in a way that is intentional and slow it down. Now, oftentimes people want to just, off leash, getting a dog to wait for their food, so they'll put their hand out and say, wait. The problem with that is in terms of those two core ingredients, influence and control, being connected, coming through the right way, through touch, making it meaningful. The problem with that is that even though you might get a good response, okay, I talk about responses can be very deceiving. The dog may wait and appear to be patient, but if you really pay attention, sometimes you'll notice with the dog, it's like their fixation levels are really intense, and it's like their mind is jumping right over you, okay? So oftentimes what happens, even though it'll appear a certain way, just like talk about training dogs using treats, how dogs are responding, they can look fantastic as they're doing a sit or a down, but still be holding control through the entire process, okay? Because everything needs to come together the right way, okay? It's like having a personal conversation. So making it personal is like being attached so that truly it's lining up. But in terms of waiting, oftentimes you'll have a problem starting to develop and you won't even realize it. So the dog's saying, yeah, sure, I'll wait for the food, but I'm still in control. Okay, so this can happen through a lot of different things. So you want to make sure that it's personal, having the right conversation through the leash, being dialed into, I talk about dialed into the relationship the right way. So here, this is part of it. Now, you may get to a point of getting the dog to wait because everything moves in the right direction, but you want to make sure it's happening this way first. So here, as we move towards the food here, I'm going to move towards the food. I'm using the choke chain here. And here's the interesting thing, and he's doing it right now a little bit, is that because he's had control off leash before a certain way, now he doesn't like the way this is going down, and as I'm moving forward towards the food, he's actually pulling back. It's like a child saying, hey, if I can't do it my way, I'm going to take my baseball bat and mitt and go home, okay? And this is where you'll see dogs when they come in for a board drink, before they had, say, food issues or they had total control, now they don't want to eat. They won't actually eat for 2 or 3 days because it's about being in full control, and now the roles are changing, and so that you need to get those readjusted, okay? It's a process. So if you have a dog, say, that is really food aggressive, you have to be really careful. I have videos on my YouTube channel showing how to deal with that, but, there's times you're going to be using the muzzle near food, and then, of course, the dog needs to eat, so the muzzle will come off, but there's ways to line up to keep it safe so you're not getting bitten. Because things can get really intense with dogs and food, and so we want to make sure nothing bad happens in the process. So here again, I'm going to move forward a couple steps here. Yeah, he's definitely not, see, this is different, so he's like, hey, he really doesn't want this to kind of align this way, and so this is where I'll just take my time, and so this is something going to be a little bit more, has a little more patience, because when he gets near the food, I'm gonna, I may even, some dogs, you may have to hand feed them a little bit, but through control. You have to be careful with that if they're not wanting to eat at all. But with Brody, he's been drinking water fine. But again, now this is the first time I've attached food to this. So again, I'm gonna move forward here again. Bring him forward. I'll come up. Now here's the thing. He's over the food now. I'll let him eat just a bit, but now I'm going to put him back here into the sit. I'm not tapping on the leash or anything, but I'm slowing him down a little bit here because I want to, I want a little bit of control, a little bit of interruption here, and then I'll I'll let him re-engage. It's like giving him permission. But notice how quickly, and this is the thing. So what happened here, he's doing this a little bit here too, is because now, you know, he knows I'm in control here, he'll get more desperate and try to eat really fast. It's like that, it creates that contrast effect. So I'm just like waiting him, getting him to wait a little bit more patiently, re-engage again. He wants to chew a lot really fast here. I'm gonna bring him up again. This is the way to do it, because I want him to chew. You know, I don't want him just to gulp like that. It's like the food is already inside of his stomach, right? He's just like trying to, because this is creating that type of effect. So you know right away he's got some food issues going on. This is the way to adjust it. Now as he gets, his thinking starts to change as we do this over time, he'll actually start to regulate it. It'll normalize, he'll slow down. And this is where I go to off leash. So he's looking at me a little bit here. Same thing, he wants to chew really quickly here. Wants to be desperate about it. No need to be. He'll start to understand that this isn't where he's not going to be, I'm taking food away from him that way. This is just about aligning it properly. So, same thing here. Stop him, slow him down. Yeah. Again, slowing him down. Good. Put my foot out here a little bit so the dish doesn't get tossed out. Slowing them down. See, nice and smooth and fluid. So when the dog's eating like this, you don't want to be too jerky, okay, with the technique here. Go ahead. Now let him finish off here. I want him to. So same thing here, drinking water. This is just about, again, so being attached here is like, I'm in the mix. That's the point. I'm in the mix here. See if we have a little drink of water. Because this will throw a dog off a little bit here. Put my hand in the water a little bit. Get my scent on it a little bit. Because then it's a different role. So it's the same thing, it's with permission. See if we'll drink a little more. Get his focus over here to the water. Has a couple gulps of water, that's fine. He had some water earlier there quite a bit, so he's good. So again, this shows you how to do the food exercise. It's all about being intentional. Waiting, getting a dog to wait, oftentimes that's not good enough. The mind will jump over. This is the way to make it, to get in the mix of this the right way. And here's the thing, when you do this, you'll see it. If you have a problem with, the waiting issue, it'll come out. Okay, so when you attach this way, just be careful with how you do this, because you may discover that you really have a major food issue a lot